So the new Oneplus 10 Pro. What are my thoughts? Well, when I watch reviews on phones, I hate it when they blast all kinds of specs, while really it's only a fraction of what I'm interested in. The real day-to-day experience is what I'm after. So in this video, I will give you just that. Starting with the battery. This is the best battery performance I've ever had. I've been using this phone for like a month now, and it easily gets through the whole day with quite intensive usage. And when that big 5000 mAh battery is finally empty, it's just so refreshing and handy to have it fill up in just half an hour. It supports 80-watt charging, and the power brick is included in the package, which is also very refreshing nowadays. As an iPhone 13 Pro user, sure, I missed some software related things and refinements, but when you plug in that charger and you start seeing actual percentages change in real time, that's just very fun and new to me. Now, speaking about the software, I actually prefer Oxygen OS over any other Android skin. I think it just looks cleaner, and sometimes you notice the subtle tweaks. And I wasn't blown away by all that, but I noticed myself thinking a few times like, that's actually a nice addition. Like for instance the settings. With the Samsung devices, I always use the search bar, because I can't remember where that one particular setting is. But with the OnePlus, I actually find it easier because now they grouped it differently. Also, the customization options are more apparent and more fun on these devices, like certain swipe animations which you can change without the need for a launcher. The fingerprint scanner was also very fast, just not reacting as fast when your hand is wet. But that's to be expected. The Samsung S22 Ultra, for example, has the exact same problem and felt slower overall in recognizing my fingerprint. So that's one thing I really like too, the feeling that everything is snappy. Now the body of the phone is one of the best looking in my opinion. The camera bump is very big, and hate it or love it, they are original at least. The back is great because it won't show any fingerprints or grease up, and the body of the phone is very thin, so that feels premium too. One thing I hated about it was the fact that when holding this phone, my index finger would always touch the big camera bump and it would grease up. Only noticing it later when I want to quickly make that photo and having to clean it first. The big 6.7-inch screen is great for watching media and gaming. And because it isn't as wide as the S22 Ultra, for example, it still feels manageable. The screen supports 120Hz, but like most phone manufacturers now, they make it a dynamic one to spare some battery. So when you don't scroll, it can go back down to 1Hz. And I haven't noticed any hiccups in that department. Now the mute or vibrate button was something as an iPhone user I really liked, since that is present on there too. Last but not least, the camera. Having to switch to night mode may not be as big of an issue for everyone, but personally I hated it. I would shoot photos just fine in regular mode, but it would be so much better if they would automatically select the right preset, since the difference it makes is very big. You can shoot video in 8K 24 frames per second, 4K up to 120 frames per second, and 1080p up to 60 frames per second. I just can't help but compare the zooming function of the S22 Ultra with this one and see how it got absolutely destroyed. Also, the comparison with the iPhone 13 Pro is still very noticeable. Now I know that the S22 Ultra is a little more expensive and so is the iPhone, but still, if you are considering to buy this, then you should know all your options. The camera is fine of course, and in some photos it was even better, but mostly it was underperforming to the other flagships. Especially at night, the difference was huge. But keep in mind, I'm comparing the best against a device that has a starting price of $899. So that's not completely fair of course. It's still a very good camera. So, should you buy this? Well, that depends on your budget. Do you have 200 to 300 more to spend? Then my answer would be no. It's just not as spectacular for the price. But if you want a solid phone and don't like to spend that extra cash, and also want a nearly pure Android experience, then I would definitely suggest you compare this device to whatever you were thinking of and see which fits your needs the best. Hope this video helps you out. Do you want more tech-related content every week? Then please consider subscribing. It's free and you can always unsubscribe if I let you down. You have been watching Indecisive. My name is Raoul, and for now, have a fantastic day.